John, so let's start by recapping on last weekend. You know, we like talking about decent games. It was a dream start at Dumbarton. What were you thinking 1 minute into the game?
I was thinking what a brilliant start that is, you know, and it was. And then I was also thinking what a great goal that was with regards to it was our kick-off. We go back, Reagan into Davo out to Ewan. Ewan goes down the line. Kevin Nisbet heads it inside. It's a 50-50 ball with a challenge that Louis goes in, and it breaks for Nat. And Nat goes into. It was, and it's popped off to Reagan to play the ball in behind for Louis. Did I miss a pass out there? Seeing your face there as if you've got that. So anyway, so I'm thinking, what a goal that is, you know. Can't wait to see that on, you know, on Wave TV. And a great start, perfect start, and then he scored from the corner kick, reasonably quickly after, to go 2-0 up. You're thinking, wow, you know, what a great start, and the way the team is playing, you're going, oh, you know, really, some really good stuff here, really exciting football, good football on a really poor day, conditions-wise. You know, the weather, wind, very windy at Dumbarton, as it was, you know, most places last Saturday, had a big effect on the game. But for us to keep our foot to the floor as well, not to sort of just think that 2 was enough, you know, to get the third goal and the fourth goal before half time, then wow, can't even remember being 4-0 up ever, you know, in any situation, to be honest with you. So to be 4-0 up was incredible, absolutely fantastic. But it was what the performance merited, you know. We were well ahead, you know, we maybe even could have been more ahead. I mean, the goalkeeper had a great save for Ian Davison from a set play at the back post. He just had to tip the ball over the bar. Kevin Nisbet had a chance. I'm sure Lewis Millen had a header that just went narrowly by the post. You know, so there's another 3. It could have been more. In the second half, we knew that it would be more difficult for us to play that same style of football with the wind. But I thought we were still a threat, and we narrowed Dumbarton down to very few chances. They got the goal, and I think, you know, they did. Robbie had a great save early in the second half, which is very important, because if they get the 1 goal back quicker, then who knows. But we managed the game very well, and it was also nice to see Liam Buchanan come off the bench and score his goal, and he looked, you know, sharp also. So all round, everyone played their part. A great performance, 5 goals, 4 different goal scorers, and a real confidence boost.
I'd like to just go back a tiny bit and pay tribute to what I thought was the goal of the game, the second one from the corner, Louis Vaughan's corner, Nathan's control and shot into the top of the net. It looked like it had been worked on in training.
We worked on something. It wasn't quite exactly that, so I'll be honest, it wasn't 100% that. It was to get the ball close to that area for a particular other player. They don't want to give too much away, obviously, in case the opposition are tuning into this. So we had something worked. However, you know, we developed that, or certainly Nathan developed it he was free at the edge of the box, he controls it, and he's got a great strike on him. And when it hits off the bar and then goes bouncing down and up into the roof of the net, you know, I know when I was a wee boy, that was the type of goals I liked scoring. You know, when I was younger, you know, you loved to hit the bar and go down and up into the roof of the net. So it was a great goal, and sort of gave Nathan a massive lift as well, and obviously gave him, you know, the confidence to keep getting into the box, which he got his second goal from, getting into a good position. And when Dumbarton didn't defend the cross very well, the ball ricochets and falls for Nathan. You know, it was a composed finish to stick it in the, you know, high in the corner for his second goal. So a great wee boost for him.
And a final point about the Dumbarton game. You know, we often hear managers talking about how they want their team to press from the start. That was probably the most powerful 45 minutes we've seen from a Rovers team in many a year. Do you want that to be the calling card or the hallmark of your team this season and beyond?
Yeah, I think if the fans know the way that I want to play in the style that I played previously, it's not going to be a million miles different. And we were always a team who would press the ball. We always want to press the ball. I think we've got a better chance of getting it back quicker from the opposition, and that is the nature of it. We press to get the ball back so that then we can play. We can then implement our game onto our opposition. So that's very much the way that I want to play. It was very good at the, particularly, the first half. The second half we managed the game in a different way. There wasn't as much pressing, and that's something that, it was a little bit too much. We had to manage the game and sat a little bit deeper and allowed them so much of the ball, but maybe we allowed them a bit too much time on the ball. So there was still work to be done. There is still work to be done, and of course, it's still very, very early in coming back here. There is a lot of work to get done in it, and it will be the same win or lose it at the weekend. There'll still be a bit of work here to get done.
Looking forward to this week's match against Arbroath, it's the league leaders, the form team in the division. It's as big a game as we could have hoped for coming up. What's impressed you most about our visitors?
Yeah, they've got quality players. They've got real good quality players. Bobby Lynn, Swanky, Ryan Wallace, Michael McKenna, Danny Denham. These are the guys who are the attacking players with a bit of flair and a good bit of ability, and goal scorers in there as well. So these are the players that would, from an attacking sense, obviously the Rovers fans, myself, we know about Jason Thompson, who's playing obviously right back for them. Jason's a great player for the Rovers over a number of years, and also worked with Jason when he was really young at Hearts many years ago. So the Rovers know him, and I'm sure he'll get a good welcome back. But hopefully he has a difficult game for up until 5 o'clock anyway.
Exactly. Well, we hope so too. Talking about ourselves, it's a home match at Starks Park. We've not lost here for over 19 months now, apart from one playoff game. How important is the atmosphere and the support you get from the fans on a Saturday?
Well, massive. Of course it is. You have to take a home advantage, and that is it. The fans are the big part of that home advantage. To be fair, last Saturday it was almost like a home game because the fans made so much noise, and that gives the players a great lift. And of course, getting the early goal worked both ways. It helped the players and helped the fans, and we both helped each other get a result. And it would be the same this Saturday. We would love to score an early goal. It's not like we will try to, but it doesn't happen all the time. And there'll be some weeks that we need to motivate the fans, and there'll be weeks that the fans need to motivate us. I know sometimes you go out with the best will in the world, and sometimes it just doesn't work. But we both have to stick together for the same aim, which is to win the football matches, as many as possible, to get the team out this league and into the championship. And so I'd ask the fans to, turn up in big numbers on Saturday, be as vocal as you were last week. Sometimes, visiting grounds, sometimes away fans make more noise than the home fans. Let's make sure this week that we make Starks Park, an intimidating place. That south stand, when that gets rocking, and maybe the away goalkeepers in that, and the away defenders are defending that in the second half, and the pressure's coming on them. You can almost suck the ball into the goal down that bottom end, So that's the type of thing that we'd be wanting to happen, And top of the table clash, great result last week. We're kind of hoping there's going to be, a big Rover support. Last game of the quarter, if we can win this game and get 1 point behind Arbroath, with still 3 quarters of the season to go, we would be in a great position. However, win or lose, we'll still be in a great position to threaten over the remaining 3 quarters of the season.
Looking at the team's performance last Saturday, a pleasing aspect was that there was no bad performances. In particular, I'd like to single out the 2 new signings, Regan and Callum. Just talk to us about, or tell us if you would, about the 3 loan signings, how they came about, and how the approach was made, and why you brought them in.
Yeah, well, why was probably the easiest reason, because we picked up 4 injuries the week before, and it was coincidental myself coming in basically because I had no prior knowledge to the fact that on the Saturday there was 4 injuries. But you come in and you find out that immediately you've got a problem with a goalkeeper, and that's a big issue, and has been with the Rovers in the past, as everyone will understand what I'm talking about. So it was a matter of, I know Stevie Woods very well from Celtic, working there, so you tap into people who might know about goalkeepers that might be available, so certainly get in contact with him. Wayne Henderson, who used to work here, you're saying, Wayne, do you know of any goalkeepers that are may become available, either free agents or players on loan? Obviously, myself with the Hearts connection, I go on to Craig Levein, and we also speak to Rangers, because obviously Kieran Wright was from Rangers, so we speak with Rangers as well. And after all that, then it looked like the best option was Kevin Silva from Hearts, and Robbie had played in the previous game and he had the gloves, and I thought he did very well. So fair play to Robbie, he's responded very well in training all around the club. He's been a model professional, so he's got the gloves right now, and it's up to Kevin to put a bit of pressure on him. Callum Crane, it's a position I felt that we needed to try and strengthen in. That wasn't totally related to the injury situation, because we lost Grant Gillespie and Ross Matthews. It would be the two centre mids. So left back was a position that I felt we needed to strengthen in the full back areas. The young lads have done well, but to play a whole season, probably asking a lot coming into the type of games that we're going into. And I felt that Callum Crane is a player I've known for a number of years, watched him at Hibs coming through the youth ranks and going out on places like Alloa, playing in big games for Alloa, playing here in league games and playoff games and such like things. He's a very, very good player, so I know he was going to give us a lot of legs, energy, great legs to get up and down, natural left-sided, good player, would make a difference, would make us better, and that's how you go about it, It gave me an opportunity to move you and Murray across the right back, and now have a solid defence. We still having the option that the young boys are still there, still learn from these players, and there'll be opportunities in the future possibly to come back in. Regan Henry was quite a very straightforward one. He was here last season. We needed to bring in a central midfield player, again of quality. Added bonus was he was here last year, which was very good. I got good reports on Regan being here last year. Regan at Celtic were looking to put him out on loan, so as I say, it was very straightforward. Celtic are looking to put him out on loan, we're looking to bring in a player who was here before, who did very well. Regan was keen to come, and it fell into place, and obviously the fans knew of Regan, they got a great welcome, and going off the pitch, and the fans certainly complimented his performance with the way that they gave him basically a standing ovation coming off the pitch. So that was really nice to see. So I think we've added quality in there, and when we get everyone back, we'll have strengthened the squad. Grant Gillespie's out for a good number of weeks. Ross Matthews is back. He's been in training. He came into the training session late on he worked with the physio, and then he joined the training session on the Monday towards the end. Tuesday he's been involved all the training. Thursday he's been trained all the sessions. So he comes back in the squad. So that's good. It's good to have Ross back in the mix. Chris Duggan was one who'd been playing with an injury, and I just felt that he needed to be taken out and get the injury repaired, get it sorted. And with a bit of luck, he might be back after the international break, which would be good. It'd be good to have some, real strength and depth in the squad.
Yeah. Well, you've read my mind, or you've looked at my notes, and you've answered my last question about injuries. So it just remains for me to say, John, thanks very much, and good luck for the weekend.
Cheers, Niall. Thank you.